It's week 4 of the National Football League, and the focus is on Najee Harris. He's coming off a great week, reaching triple digits in yards with a collection of touchdowns. It's the Steelers and the Texans, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. And losers their last time out, so that... Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Pierce now up the middle. We'll get this up to about the 44. This defense for the Steelers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Flushed out right, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud on third down now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Alert! Alert! Reno! On left right!
First and 10, it's Pierce. Down to about the 32. You look at this Steeler defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now here's Stroud on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on third down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On second down, it's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Pickett. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. That is caught. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big
touchdown. Pat Fryermuth. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. You look at this Steeler defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw pulled in by Woods. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. That is caught by Dell. Touchdown, Texans! Take Dell with a 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it as we resume action. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run again with Harris. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Steelers at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
The man in motion left here, Johnson. And the catch made by Johnson. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Pickett back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will not be able to get the 1st as he can get this only down to the 5. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Stroud. Open man is Noah Brown. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now a 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Alert! Alert! Steady!
Stroud will look to throw once more. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best. terrorizing quarterbacks.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at the 40. Harris will start the drive out. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Pickett now from the gun here. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And they'll send Pickens in motion right here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. First down, and they go back to Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Johnson goes in motion left. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Looking to throw, Pickett. And it'll be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having an...
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. So we've come to halftime, and we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this 3rd quarter. Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
Pickett now on first down. That's caught. Allen Robinson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. And this is going to be intercepted. Darren Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
At the 30-yard line.
On second down, here's Pierce. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Stroud now on second down. And this will be incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now it's Peterson. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, Steelers.
Gets this out wide to Pickett. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Pickett to throw on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. They know if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 12-yard line.
Here's Stroud. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. 1st and 10. Here's Pickett. Here's one deep for Pickens. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a 4th quarter lead. They're going to run it with Harris. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 2. Stroud will run the option left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mills. Throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately,
oh, my fucking God.
That could have been trouble. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can be scored in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 8. They go play action. Mills. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. In motion right, here comes Johnson. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And the tight end goes in motion left. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. 121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them, is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll run. Here's Harris. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Pickett going to move his guys around. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. Wise play by Pickett, sliding to avoid the hit. He also has the 1st down.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
And he really hasn't ran the ball all game. 4th quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. What a change in this ball game in the 4th quarter, Charles. They just completely took over. And not only did they get the lead, they end up winning somewhat comfortably.
And when we spent time talking with them before the game, they made sure that we knew that they thought that they were the better team in this one, and they never lost that thought or lost that focus, and they played like it in the 4th quarter. That's how you author a late comeback and get a win.
So for the Steelers, they're on a nice